Welcome back to Great Day Washington. You know, the interest rates have risen since our last Real Deal in Real Estate segment. So our pros are back to explain how you can still take advantage of this housing market. I'm here with Min Hugh of Eastern Title and Settlement, along with Chong of the Yi team at Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
Hey, Kristen.
So Chong, interest rates are higher. So what does this mean?
So they are higher than they were the last time we met, which seems like a year, actually. But it is in a large part because of the fact that the Federal Reserve decided to raise short-term rates. Now, before I get into that, I just got to say, you know, we hear about high rates, and we're still talking about 5%, right?
Okay.
So it's not like it's crazy high; it's just higher than where it was. Right?
Not high, but higher.
Higher, right? I mean, I bought my first house at 9.5%. And my parents' house that I grew up in was at 18%.
So five's pretty good.
Five's pretty good. And in large part because my dad didn't have me as a loan officer back then.
Yeah, you need the people that understand what's going on. So
that's right.
Min, what do you guys do? What's the strategy in place? How does this work? How can buyers and sellers really still take advantage?
I mean, right now, historically, the interest rate again is very, very relatively low. And with just a little bit of increase, it doesn't affect buyers that much, but it could limit the amount that they can finance. And with like a good loan officer, right now, I think agents, seller, and loan officer all have to work together to actually create a scenario where buyers are still able to purchase the same size home and get the same loan amount and still get a good deal and lock in that low rate. Because right now it is the time to act, because you do not want to wait until the rates go higher. Then it will limit the amount that you can finance, and you will not be able to purchase the kind of house that you've been planning and saving for.
You haven't missed your opportunity.
Absolutely. Exactly. And to Min's point, but before we even talk about, if I can follow up on that, actually, when I said Fed raised rates, that's not mortgage rates. That's actually short-term, the Fed funds rate, which is short-term rates to how banks lend to each other.
Oh, okay.
So when you hear the Fed raises rates, it's not directly, you know, mortgage rates, right? It's just, there's actually in short-term, interest rates could possibly go down, but you know, a lot of technical reasons why, but it's not that. Now, to Min's point, I think it's really important to understand that even though rates are up, it may not necessarily take you out of price you out of the market. But you know, eventually, and I see this, like the guys that I talk to across the country, top producers in the country, we all have, you know, a lot of parts of the country are having a bigger issues with this, which is causing issues with home prices having to go down because there's not enough people making offers, right? Not so much here, because we're actually still in good shape,
still
but
a good market. We
need to get ahead of the game and make sure that we are there. And there's strategies we can do, like, you know, we had a buyer that there's a house that they're interested in. They were going to just about to do a 5% sales price reduction. So in that case, it was like a $30,000 price break, which means that the seller is going to net less money. And the buyer was really big into a certain payment, like a certain threshold of payment. And with interest rates being up, it was going to put them over the top. So what we did was we decided, instead of doing a 5% price reduction, I said, well, why don't you just give a 3% seller concession to the buyer so he could actually take that and reduce his interest rate, like buy down the interest rate. So for all intents and purposes, instead of 30, it cost him like $16,000. It's less than 3%, right?
Yeah.
So, and then it got the payment that the buyer needed, right? So there's a lot of things.
Buyer and seller are still winning in that situation together.
Absolutely.
Before I let you guys go, you do see Chong in his pink, and he's been wearing pink all month. Why is this, Chong? Please tell us.
Because I look great in pink.
Well, that too.
Just kidding. I am passionate about this being Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep.
I am a Real Men Wear Pink candidate, where we're raising funds so we can eradicate this ridiculous disease that's
And this is for the American Cancer Society.
Yes, and it's the American Cancer Society, and we're doing a final push into fundraising. Saturday, we're doing a Making Strides walk on the tidal basin. I think I get to say a few words, like I don't mind talking.
Are you getting up there to speak?
They're asking me to, yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, Saturday, and it's around the tidal basin this year, which is going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great day. Chong's going to be out there walking. It's incredible what ACS does, and I learned last night about American Cancer Society real quick, 90% of the funds they raise go towards direct services and only 10% go to overhead. So the money that you're donating is being put to a great use. So Chong, we thank you for being an incredible advocate. Enjoy the walk. Men, so good to have you here this morning. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, get started with the Real Deal team. Just call 240-422-8871 or visit therealdealdmv.com. Chong and Men are ready to assist you. Thanks, guys.